1994 Toyota pickup truck. Right next to this 1975 Toyota Hilux. That's my wife's. I gotta get my bed from here, right behind the shop, all the way out there. This is what I use to bring it back. It'll sit right up on top of that and I can wheel it. So now all I gotta do is finesse this out from behind the shop so I can get it onto that. So let me do that. There's the next step. Now what I'm going to do is I got to lay that down and lift it back up in the other direction. And then I can fit that underneath it. Watch. Alright. Laid it down. I'm tired. Not tired, but yeah, wore out. Lift it back up in the other direction. And then what you do is you take this wagon like this. This particular wagon. It's really good. You do it like that. Put it right in the center. And the back will hook that cross beam or whatever that is right there, cross beam, and when you bring it down it'll hook into that. Here, let me get it down, and there you go. Now it's on the wagon and I can wheel it all the way out to the front without having to carry it. If any of you don't remember, or some of you new guys, that says right there, that says mini truckin' or mini trucker in Japanese. I'm going to take it off. I think it's a little bit overkill now, besides the color of my stickers are changing. So I need to get this up there and pressure wash it first, and then I'm going to clean it out. And then I'm going to cut it out. Alright. In case some of you haven't seen the setup, I try and show it now each time. Here's the main cross member, regular 4-link. Gas tank's been relocated. Every part here has been made by me, so if you haven't watched the videos, go back and watch some of my videos, and I explain how I made all of this in detail. And there's my truck. Alright, so now what I got to do is I'm going to use these as, these are the mounting for the bed. There's 1, 2 here, and there's one right there, and there's one right here. It's the front hole that's used on the back. I'm going to measure from there. I'm going to measure over and find out where I'm going to be cutting it. I have to leave room for these airlines. I have to leave room of the bed to be cut forward far enough that all this will fit in there. And then I'm going to cut it so that it comes straight back to here. And then it's going to go in. I might see if I can make a little cutout right here. Okay, because that bar is not going to get in the way. So I might make a little inlet there, and then this whole piece right here has to be cut out all the way back to here, and I'm going to leave most of all of this open. So I need to get a Sharpie or a nail or something and start making my marks as to where I'm going to cut this huge hole out right here in the center. I'm going to save the wheel wells for last because I don't know how much of the wheel well I'm going to have to cut out. So I'll find out, because I want to cut as little as possible out for right now, because I don't plan on doing a bed floor for a while. So this year I'm just going to have an open bed floor. Later on, if I ever decide to body drop, I'll end up making a floor for it and do a body drop floor, all sheet metal, make some doors, compartments, whatever. Okay, I'm talking too much. Let me get this cut out and see you guys here in a few hours. Why would you ever cut the floor of a perfectly good bed? Because mini truck. Alright, if I did this right, I should be able to kick it right in the center and the whole middle fall out of it. But I know you guys all been waiting. Check it out. She's pink again. Don't turn your head. We gotta go around you. Check you out.
It's not fixed. So.
It's not fixed.
But it is pink.
But it is pink. Mm-hmm.
I had to look to see if she's...
Come here. Come here. Let me come over here. Oh, look. See? Because you guys get on me if I don't wear my eye protection. Alright. Let's see if I can get this to kick out without cutting myself. Oh, it's hung up right there. Ain't that some stuff? It's always one thing, isn't it? I thought I was going to do Evel Knievel on it. Boom!
Ta-da!
All right, now we're gonna play with it and get it on there. So you go ahead and cut it off. Look, I'm a mini truck angel. Nice when you get to the bottom of your coffee cup and you've got metal shavings at the bottom. it's pretty good. See? That was good. A little crunchy. All right, the bed cut out. I am happy and not happy. I should have measured more. I could have cut less out of my wheel well, but eventually I'll do a new floor, so this is temporary. I've got this cut out in a way that, like I said, I wanted it to look a little bit more preformed for now. Everything's cut out nicely. Let's get a side shot of the truck completely laid. What I like is that it's laid and the wheel is center. To me, that is very important, that it lies center and the body line is also straight now that it's on there. So all I gotta do is bolt it up because everything else is done here. Put the lights in, run the wiring, put the license plate on. Like I said, I'm going to take that off here in just a minute. Then I'll be able to wash it. I'm going to wax it. Even though I do have, see, my truck's not perfect. It's got several spots like that all along it, especially along the top here. See there? I could sand it down a little bit and throw some clear over it, and then sand that down, buff it out. But all right, let me get it done. Everything done. We are hungry, so we're about to go eat. I gotta go wash this thing. I might do one more little tidbit video on this, but this one is done. This is gonna be my ride height right there. That's where I will ride, and it'll hold it. I had to adjust the levelizer valves. This one's up to the third and this one's up to, well, the first one. I moved them around so I can get the rear lower and the front lower. So I finally have this. Oh crap, I gotta take that off still. Alright, I gotta change all my stickers on the back glass to yellow. That'll be the color sticker that I'll be running. Alright, time to go get something to eat. It's a maiden voyage. It's gonna go get us Mexican food. Mi Ranchito too. It's in Bryant. Oh, so good. So good. I can't wait to drive my truck. My truck made it to town and back. Had one small mishap, and that was with the levelizer valve on this side, the arm. I ended up having to modify the arm just a little bit, so then that way it would match up just right with that and it won't bend anymore. It kept bending. So now, my truck explained. My truck is an independent truck. It does not have switches. I can't play with it going down the road. I can't drag my truck. I didn't build it for that. Not that I have anything against it. Don't get me wrong. This is just the way I wanted to build my truck. Let me explain it. This is it. These are levelizer valves. When you give it air, a supply of air, the levelizer valves will air the truck up automatically to a level that I have set. This is a lot like your other setups. There's a lot of electronic setups that are like this. This is not electronic. These work just simply by air and valves inside there, just like on a big truck. My big truck has a levelizer valve right there. That levelizer valve right there controls the entire rear end of this truck and keeps it level, whether there's a load on it or not. If I push on my bed and I have air in it, it will air itself back up. If I let go, it will let itself back down. That's how this works. So, with that being said, people are wondering how this works. I have a series of valves right here. This is the main valve for the tank. This will allow air from the tank to go into the system. This is the main line for the system. If I want to air up just the tank, I can shut the system off and still leave my compressor on to air it up. If this is off and this is off, my pressure switch is in the center here. So if the compressor kicks on, it will fill this little tube right here up with air and turn the switch off. So my compressor will not run until it's dead. I set it up that way just for that reason. So if I open this and allow air to flow straight through, it will send air out to all 4 of the levelizer valves, bringing my truck up. If I want to shut it down and I want to lay it out like it is now, I shut that line off, because then I don't lose any air out of the tank. Shut this valve off, and then I have a third one right here. This is where it dumps. I open that up and the truck drops to the ground. Very simple. Turn the air on, turn the air off. It doesn't get more straightforward than that. The compressor controls itself. Because of the switch, I don't have too much air pressure in my lines because I have a air regulator. I have this regulator set on about 80 psi. Underneath I have an air dryer. So all I gotta do is open this up and I can dump the water out. I still get a little bit of moisture through, but it's because it's a cheap one. I have in my dash, there's a main switch for turning the compressor on and off. It's in my glove box. Right there. All I got to do is turn this and I can turn my compressor on and off right there. Some of you were looking at that. That is an old school radio with an auxiliary jack. So you can still plug your MP3 player into it or whatever, but it keeps it 1994. No CD players, or when CD players might have started coming out. What else? I have a cold air intake. It actually drops down below the bumper to allow fresh air to come in through the bottom and up. I don't plan on running through any rivers, so I don't have to worry about that. Fuel tank's been relocated. Custom 4-link I built myself. Please watch my videos. I'm talking a bunch in this one. Still gonna remove that. Future plans, I'll be relocating this so that it runs around and goes into the side so that I can still have my gas pumped in from the side over there. Eventually, I will have a raised floor, sheet metal floor, maybe next year sometime. Right now, the rest of this year, I'll be running it like that. I'm sure at the shows I'll have some people that'll want to see how this works and if it's covered up. Besides, I don't have no time. I gotta work on that next. Yes, if you see me, I've got those. Why? Because my truck is a boy. My truck is now Earth Scraper. I am Earth Scraper 69. You can search Earth Scraper 69 on Google or any search engine and you can find me. What else? That's it. I'm going to be doing little things here and there to that. You'll see little updates. I'm going to get tint. I'm going to put Earth Scraper 69 across the top. I'm going to do 20% tint on the sides. I'll end up removing the back tint and putting that as 20%. The rims are going yellow. Bright canary yellow is what they will be. I have yellow underglows ready to put on this truck. I've got yellow wire loom that I want to put on this truck. I've got yellow LED lights for inside the dash. I want to do blue lights underneath the dash. Some of the suspension is going to get painted yellow. The tank will eventually become yellow. What else? I relocated that rear brake valve for pulling trailers or whatever for the brakes. I didn't delete it. That's about it. So watch my next video. My next video will be how to install an air compressor. I'm going to explain that in detail. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please rate. Please comment. Give me some thumbs up for building this in my dang driveway. Here. Seems I got you guys sitting. There we go. It's a nice little solid truck. See you guys in the next video.